you from the Varsity Sports Bar and Grill. It is the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast and the Varsity Sports Bar and Grill on Beachmont Avenue in Anderson Township. Beautiful day here in the tri-state. We'll get to that in a moment, but hi, everyone. As I open my first cold beer of the day. I'm Dan Carroll. Welcome to the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. A lot to talk about today. I'm not sure what any of it is, but Rob Hurd. Well, you guys got to play golf the other day. I didn't. I'm a little upset about that.
Yep.
And
it's unfortunate.
I guess the videos are out there. We'll hear more about that.
I'm still trying to figure out. Keith, we were setting up chairs. Did he move closer to you? Because I know damn well I did not move my chair.
I put the background in.
Yeah, but
right. I'm looking at the picture right now. It looks like we're I might be a little bit closer to this.
Yeah, you do you. I enjoy
you. Do you want me to come back over the other way?
No, stay over there. Thanks, Dan.
This was all mapped out.
Yeah, we're gonna
try not to spill anything.
We're gonna come back to the weather, but you already brought it up. So it is a great day. We are joined once again for a not special podcast at Varsity 8112 Beachmont
I don't think
Avenue.
I said it was special.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
I was just reiterating the fact that it's not special.
But we do have a special one coming up that we want everyone to come out for.
May 31st, Dan. We'll get there.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Just like the weather. All good things come to those that wait, Dan. We're joined by Jason Kiefer, who just came off a 48-hour shift. Holy shit. In his 40s, doing 48 still. And
it's more hours than Rob works in a month.
He's walking like he hasn't had fiber in about a year.
Dude, it gets harder. It gets harder as you get older.
Sure
it's hard
does.
to do that shit.
It surely does.
No, not for you. It's hard to do that shit.
No.
But luckily, it wasn't terrible.
The only time I'm up 48 hours is a rave.
Yeah, all the raves you go to with glow sticks and shit. You like to think that you're cool, but you're really not.
No, I like the bubble parties. They're fucking
Jesus
awesome,
Christ.
man. You put some bubbles down, baby, on a dance floor.
Oh my God.
So Dan, thank you. Dan was on the radio today and called out the weather. It is beautiful. It's like 78 degrees, sunny as shit. We're cold and in a basement right now.
It is fucking freezing.
God bless. You had the door open earlier and it was very nice.
I want to open the door again, but I'm afraid it's going to fuck up the sound.
I wish we could open the door and air this out a little bit back here because someone just crop dusted the entire set.
I'm going to assume it's that way.
It's a little foul.
I know it wasn't me.
It was not me.
It wasn't. Well, it wasn't. I wouldn't call out my own.
Well,
I might call out.
You might need to get a washcloth and wipe your face down a little bit, buddy.
Jesus.
I don't smell shit since COVID, and it was not me.
I don't smell shit since COVID.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank God.
And now he's got blood clots and shit.
Yeah,
God,
I'm going to the ER tonight, so we'll see what happens. This could be the last podcast for me. Good times this weekend, though.
You promise?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was awesome time. I was out late Friday night, multiple bars down in the Newport area on the river, and got home about 1:30. So at 7:30 in the morning on Saturday, I had to wake my son up to take his driver's test at 8:30 in Batavia. I smelled like the biggest brewery sitting there waiting while he took his little test. The guy that founded The Walking Dead must have been in a BMV or DMV somewhere in the United States because I've never seen so many fucking pajama wearing cray-crays. It was not a bad day, and the guy's wearing what are the Carhartt fucking overalls with a flannel shirt. He had a nice mustache, but the kid was 24 taking his fucking temps and failed for the 5th time. And his dad was like, "That's all right, we'll get him next time." No, you won't. You won't get him next time. You failed 5 fucking times.
Those are our listeners. Those are our viewers.
I don't even think.
And here you are cracking on them.
This kid doesn't even know what the internet is. Kind of like you, Dan, last year. But it was unbelievable.
I've got the internet right here on my new laptop.
Oh, look at you capturing everything, baby. I love it.
On my new laptop.
Holy shit. The kid passed, so that's good. And now we're struggling with
I want to throw a shout out to Griffin. He was nervous Friday while we were playing golf.
Oh shit, what a shit.
Or actually no, Griffin wasn't playing golf. He was in school. He wasn't pulled out of school. He was in school, everybody.
No, I think they know because we forgot to call him in sick.
But he drove us home. He drove us home illegally.
Good man.
Good DD. He did great.
He was very thoroughly hazed.
But he was very, very nervous. And, Dad wasn't really helping a whole bunch, but
I was just putting the mood in.
our bookie Chris Short, and myself, we talked him down off the ledge. Said, "Hey, you got this. You're going to kill it." And I get a text message. And he's not family to me. Feels like family, but he's not blood family. I get a text message at the firehouse. "Hey, I passed." I said, "I'm so proud of you. It's awesome." He was literally shitting his pants all day Friday, waiting for that test. So congrats to Griff.
And if you ever see Griff, those speed limit signs may not be noticed by him. He got 20 points taken off for going 37 through Batavia and then 25. I'm like, are you shitting me? He's like, no, I didn't know it changed.
Well, you got to pay attention.
Yeah, no shit.
Part of the reason you take those classes, what do they call those?
Driver's ed.
Driver's ed, that's it.
No, what you call that is supplementing some guy's beer fund for his Keystone Light on the weekend. Yeah.
Dead Leg says, "Congrats, buddy." Glad to say I'm not in Ohio for the next few months.
Yeah, give us some time.
Good
He'll be up here in a minute.
He's actually a better driver than his father. He actually learned bad habits from his father. That's why he got the 20
I
points
can't
taken
imagine
off.
what those might be.
Well, I told him not to do this
We're
during
driving
his driving test.
We're driving home from this golf outing, and Rob is sitting there fucking with the radio, turning it up, fucking yelling at him and shit. And Griff literally at 10-2 looks over at Dad and was like, "Stop." And he's like, "Do you not think your fucking buddies are going to do this shit?"
Yeah, setting
I'm
the mood.
like, it's 5:00 on Friday on 275 in rush hour. Probably not the time to make a learning lesson.
Dude, we had beers to drink at another bar.
I asked Chris, I said, "Did you tell Carrie, your wife, that you loved her before you left this morning? Because we might not make it back."
I think we talked about
But it wouldn't be Griffin's fault. It would have been his.
No, the drunk people survived. Griff would have been dead, and we'd be fine. We'd be like wet noodles bouncing around the interior of that car with 18 fucking.
You sound like you're good with that.
I'm gonna live.
That's what I'm saying.
My understanding is I can procreate until I die.
Griffin did a great job on the golf course. Great job driving us home.
Dude, that last drive on 18 or number 9, since we started at 10, that he busted out there.
Oh, he fucking
That was a
smoked
fucking drive and a half.
Smoked it. We're like, don't pick up any of our bad habits. Don't look at us.
Jesus, don't watch us. Don't do what we do. I want to thank Rich for inviting us to, what was it, a FOP Lodge 72?
74, I think.
74, 72, somewhere around
He might
there.
be on. He'll correct us.
Outing. We had a great time.
In honor of Sonny Kim, a Cincinnati
Yes.
fire or police officer that got shot in line of duty. It was a great cause. They did a ride the next day on Saturday for him.
That was
Unfortunately, that's the last ride, but this golf outing hopefully will continue.
We'll live on. That was a great outing, and I'm looking forward to playing it next year.
It was fun. It was a great time.
That course was awesome. I never played Fairfield Greens South course. It was a nice course. It was decently priced, which is great. I looked at that. We never wanted for beer. And the cart girls, by the way, were...
That's what it's all about, man.
Cart girls were phenomenal. Phenomenal cart girls. God, I hope it's a nice
Gotta love
warm
it.
day again next year when we play that outing. Get the same cart girls, Rich.
Every 2 holes. You guys need more beer? Jesus Christ, we just saw you. Okay, sure. Why not?
I think I was getting ready to start pouring shit out just so we'd see them every hole. It was a beautiful day, and they were hot.
They must watch the podcast.
No.
Well, they knew you needed more beer than they watched.
They
the
are
podcast.
now. They are now though. They didn't know they got koozies. They got subscribed.
Kind of like
We
your
made sure
neighbors,
that
Dan.
happened.
They found out you were on the podcast and you work for 700. So they're
Decided
like,
to
"Fuck
move.
this."
Yeah,
Yep,
that's good.
Yep, moving
It's
on.
all right.
Moving on. I got a little tan too. I like that.
We made sure that we networked in your honor. Since you weren't there, we networked as best we could.
Well, I have no doubt that you represented the One More and I'm Out of Here brand as well as it could possibly be represented.
I like the fact that you actually made that subjective with as well as it could be represented.
Hole number
Well,
16
I'm
was
trying to
sponsored.
give you guys a compliment.
Hole number 16 was sponsored by us, and
Yes.
we got a YouTube short. Go check it out.
How
'cause
fucking apropos was that?
in true Rob fashion, weirdo, but it
How's
was
a
funny.
weirdo? I was just giving a legal lesson.
Yep.
Legal lessons, 16 age consent in Ohio. And Rich threw us down on that one.
So that was Friday.
That was a good time. It was a long day. Fuck. I don't think I got home till 1:30 and we started at 10 a.m.? That was a long day.
We teed off at 10 a.m. We started in a parking lot here at 8:30.
Fuck.
Where'd you guys go after the event?
I went to dinner.
Yeah.
Family
dinner.
I went to a birthday dinner.
That's always
completely plowed for Jill's dad. So I did that and then went home and got in bed and went straight to sleep because I knew I was starting a 48-hour shift the next morning.
Oh my God! So
it's probably the earliest I've been.
You were not out till 1 a.m. then.
Fuck no! I was in bed like right at 10 o'clock.
I jumped in a pickup truck and went down to Newport, and I was there at multiple bars until 1:30.
And then he wonders why he feels like shit the next day.
It did hurt.
How many did you get kicked out of?
None.
None. Sure.
I was making friends.
Fuck. We almost made it. We almost made it.
As soon as I said, I know Dan Carroll, they're like, oh, fuck him. I was like, I agree. Like, come on in.
That'll get you kicked out of almost any place.
That's why I said I fucking hated you. So a lot of going on in history today. You ready, Dano?
My favorite segment.
Oh, I know you do. You love talking about
it's
this.
A favorite segment where Dan gets yelled at.
So May 22nd, or 22nd, Jesus Christ. Big shit going on. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Dan, kind of like H.H. Holmes. He wrote the book about H.H. Holmes, the serial killer. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was born today, 1859. Did you know that?
The only thing I know is I would never name my kid Conan. Would you name a kid Conan?
Well, I wouldn't make his first name
Conan
Sir
Kiefer,
either.
Conan Kiefer is kind of cool, but
still wouldn't be on my list. Most likely.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that.
I don't think I'd name a dog Conan either.
Jesus.
But what do you got? Conan O'Brien.
Holy shit.
Who else? How many people do you know? Anybody named Conan?
I don't
either.
I've never met a Conan.
Like in real life, I don't know anyone named
1942, Ted Kaczynski, who should have mailed a letter to Dan at some point during his prolific career.
Mad Bomber.
Was born today, 1942. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
It's not a good...
he wrote the Shakespeare, Jesus Christ.
You already talked about that guy.
Sherlock Holmes, dickhead. I said H.H. Holmes, and I remember last time. All right.
No, I don't.
Think about it. Don't care about baptisms.
You're asking me if I remember something. Do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah, I know.
That's why I send you reminders.
You don't even remember when the podcast is. Deadly tornado in 2011. Joplin, Missouri, killed 160 people. That sucks.
What year was that?
2011, Dan.
2011.
You don't remember shit because you don't listen to shit.
We're close. Like I thought you were gonna pull like history shit.
1992.
No, I don't have anything on that one.
Like actual history shit. That seems too relevant.
1992, Johnny Carson, last appearance on the Tonight Show.
That's
in 1992.
That's appropriate.
Were you his age? Were you?
No.
All right, I didn't.
No.
I was a kid when Johnny Carson was on TV.
Shut the fuck up. No, you weren't.
My dad used to watch that show all the time. My mom and dad loved that show.
I was a kid, and I know you're at least 30 years older than me.
I'm saying I was a kid when Johnny Carson was on TV.
Nixon went to Moscow in 1972, the first U.S. president to visit the USSR.
Ed McMahon. And now, here's Johnny.
Yeah, that would be why Ed did it, not you.
Well, I'm just saying he was great. Ed McMahon, Johnny Carson. That's when that's when people used to be able to have fun.
See, I think
on TV. You kids that are watching TV these days, you have no idea what you missed.
You kids should not be watching this program if you're talking about kids.
Kids can watch our program.
No, they can't. Well, I mean, they can.
Yeah, you can. Fuck it.
I mean, it's listed.
Well,
it's listed as explicit, but they can watch it.
Oh yeah,
they'll find a way.
But I'm just saying. I mean, that really was the golden age.
Oh, I love Carson. I still watch his reruns on PBS and shit when they pop it up there, and you got to buy this like 10-disc set.
And then like that show, the old Carol Burnett show. God, what else? Laughing was. I mean, you couldn't get away with any of that stuff these days.
No, you couldn't.
So I mean, some of and it was funny, man, because it was the way people really interacted with each other. Now everything's got to be so politically correct.
You got to be woke.
It's ridiculous.
You can't stay and watch
it's not
late
fun to watch.
Night asleep. Now, I do want to point this one out. This one, thank God for them. Our neighbors to the south, 1942 on today's date. Fuck, thank God. This was our saving grace. Mexico entered World War II by declaring war on Germany, Italy, and Japan. Thank fucking God. That when the Borough Brigade.
Real?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that real?
No shit. I said the same thing. The Borough Brigade. They loaded up on Navy vessels and went overseas. They had a mariachi band.
Probably what turned the tide of the war.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine?
It's definitely not my bailiwick of history. Like, I like Civil War history. But
I had no idea Mexico actually fucking joined World War II.
I'm actually shocked.
I swear to God, that's the first time I've ever heard that.
It's the first time I ever heard it.
I'm not sure it's entirely true.
Thank you, Encyclopedia Britannica. Holy shit.
Where do you get these?
I think I fucking just said it, Dan.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, there you go. That is awesome. Gracias, Mexicos.
We got to find someone who knows about history.
Well, we can get one of our essays. They may not know.
We don't need
Well,
One of our essays had a Japanese fucking English teacher.
I don't know. I don't even feel like looking it up.
Oh, it's on there. 1942.
I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting.
I don't doubt you. I had no fucking idea.
That might be one of the footnotes.
Does it say what Mexico's contributions to the war effort were?
Did
they supply troops?
No, they sent tequila. Don Julio, baby.
To our enemies.
I don't know. I'll look.
Get them drunk. Get those Germans drunk.
I'll look that up when I get done with this. Adolf Hitler
those
and
Japs will drink anything.
Benito Mussolini signed the Pact of Steel, a full military and political alliance between their countries. That was in 1939. And I honestly think that pact unraveled when Mexico declared war on both Germany and Italy in 1942. French poet, novelist, and dramatist Victor Hugo, the most important of French Romantic writers, died at age 83 in 1885. Really, does it matter? Why in the fuck am I reading that? It's more than 100 and something years.
I don't know.
This is kind of cool.
Your editing process needs a little work.
Well, your fucking timeliness needs a little bit of work.
Think of a comeback.
1849, future U.S. President Abraham Lincoln was granted a patent for a boat lifting device. He is the only U.S. president to hold a patent. I did not know that. You would have thought these fuckers nowadays would just steal shit and say, fuck you, it's mine, I'm woke. But no. Who is this? Mary Cassatt? Impressionist work of intimate lives of contemporary. I don't fucking care.
Again, editing.
You know what, Dan?
Editing
if
process.
I was really involved in editing, I'd edit the middle part of this fucking table out of here.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you. I'm just saying.
You didn't read these ahead of time, did you?
Oh, I did.
You did.
I just want to go on since
it shows. It really does.
We're not podcasting tomorrow, but for all our people, and I know this is big for them. Eminem released the Marshall Mathers LP tomorrow in 2000.
That was a big one.
Is that the original?
1980.
The original Eminem
The Shining
LP.
The Shining.
Like that's where he fucking got
Red
his
Rum.
fucking start.
Okay, I was just saying he released numerous albums. Did he not?
Like that was like the big one.
Dan,
Okay.
how many fucking Eminem albums do you own?
None.
Yeah, so you're talking like you are a fucking
But I
music
know
historian.
Eminem put out a good bit of music.
A good bit.
Yes.
What's a good bit, Dan?
I don't know. But a bunch of albums.
Okay, wow.
Just saying. I know he's got more than one.
No. Okay.
Am I right about that?
I know my car has more than one tire. Pretty safe bet there, Dano. Yeah, he does have more than one.
How many?
No, it's
Do
more
you
than
have
one.
The complete.
But you have no fucking idea.
I don't know. I don't know. But I know he put out
Can you even name an Eminem
a
song?
body of work, cleaning out my closet.
Oh,
wow.
nailed
That's
it
a good one.
right now.
I love that.
He
one.
shut you the fuck down.
Did your fucking wife
Like
play that
that.
one day when she was cleaning your shit
How about
out, throwing in
what's
front
the other
yard?
one? 8 Mile. That's one of his albums.
Who did he sing it with? All right.
I don't ask me that.
You guys are getting into a fucking argument on the podcast. You can do that shit afterwards.
Yeah, I'm going to be cleaning my fucking podcast closet out.
We never argue on the podcast.
Clean it, please.
Go ahead.
You fucking fired right back, and he wasn't expecting it. That was pretty
How
fucking
the
good.
fuck do you know that? Oh, Hassler, probably.
I listen to all kinds of different music.
Oh, bullshit.
You see, fucking, he was shocked, and all of a sudden it was shock and awe.
Now, you sit here and act like I don't know anything.
You don't. Let's see.
Well, he knew something. He shut you the fuck down for a second.
So Mexico's involvement.
I should just leave. I should just walk out of the podcast.
Yeah,
right
Mike
now.
dropped that motherfucker.
Just quit while I'm ahead.
Ratings go up.
He's going to clean out his podcast closet. You're walking out. All right, so everyone's going to be stuck with me, and that's fine. I'll make it work.
There you go. All Jason all the time.
Bye, guys. See you.
So Mexico contributed raw resources. Oh, Jesus, that's it. Their elite air squadron, known as the Aztec Eagles, flew dozens of missions alongside the U.S. Air Force during the liberation of the Philippines.
Sweet.
In 1945.
Very good.
And let's see, they also brought entertainment. They had mariachi bands, burros, Taco Tuesdays. That's where Taco Tuesday started.
Falconator wants to know how many skeletons Dan's got in his closet. Not many. He doesn't do much. He's kind of a boring guy.
Very boring.
Very boring.
Gosh, I love this.
So I get him all fucked up at the pool.
Mexicanos, man. Gracias, Mexico.
I know. I can't wait for the swim club to open. It's going to be great. Be a great summer.
I don't know if I've seen you up there much.
I'm there. You going to be there for men's night?
Yes, we're podcasting.
We're podcasting from men's night.
Yeah, are you going to be there? Is the question. Holy shit.
I'm planning on being there.
I need to make sure both you motherfuckers are going to be there because I'm not carting all this shit up there to do it. And then just show up and both of you go, oh, I'm not going to be there.
It's a lot of shit.
It is a lot of shit.
I'll be there. I'll be there if he's not there.
I know. I just want to win the poker tournament one time.
It's never going to happen.
One time.
You're a shitty poker player. It's never going to happen.
Dan,
just jump on board.
You know what you should do, Dan? You're a great poker player.
I'm not saying I'm great, but I would just like to win at one time.
I'm looking forward to it. If you're going to be there, I'm going to be there.
On men's night at our swim club I'm
going to do anything and everything I can to prevent you from winning.
They used to be a lot more epic than they are now.
And David J says 3 or 4 skeletons over or under for Dan.
Over.
Actually, and I say he doesn't have any, but yeah, no, I would say it's over.
I would go over.
I just don't know what those are.
Well, it depends on how you count and how you define skeleton.
When I find out what they are, though, they'll be in the chats. I promise.
You got some issues, Dan. You know what? Let's get into one of your.
We all have issues.
Oh, I do.
Everybody has issues.
I'm like a magazine, baby. I wish I was like George magazine. It had limited issues because JFK Jr. died in that fucking tragic plane crash. Remember George, his magazine he started that floundered and shit? No?
What's your point?
It had limited issues.
Gee, you're such a fucking asshole.
Nobody read the goddamn thing, so it quit being printed, and then he died.
Died in a plane crash.
Fuck yeah.
There you go. I like this because it's really great bumper music.
Bumper music.
Yeah, bumper music when you come out of a commercial and you're just playing the instrumental there.
Jesus, I thought you were talking like a dance club.
No,
bumping your dick up on
it's called bumper music. It's a term.
Is it really?
It's a term we use in the business.
Oh, in the business.
It's called bumper music.
You were bumping up in her business on the dance floor?
That's not what I'm saying.
Is that the term you're talking about? Is that the business?
Of course, you know.
Play some more of that.
You know, no, you can't.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. So we're bumpering in.
So it's been nice. It's been nice being on YouTube for a minute.
I think M's okay with it.
What are you allowed to use? What, like 30 seconds or
Marshall's okay?
I don't know what the time frame is, but it's probably too fucking long.
Well, they outlawed ignorance of the law is no excuse nowadays, so we're good.
All right, so we live in Rob's world.
Well, we live in a hypersensitive mommy dearest world. Nobody's using a metal hanger right now. So great shit going on today. Looking forward to it. What do you guys think of that?
Think of what?
All right, fucking Christ.
This is the worst this day in history that you've had.
I am fucking done. I've been done with it for 10 goddamn minutes.
I know. It was the worst.
Holy shit.
And nobody knew.
You bring up some really, really good stuff. Today was not good.
No, it was shit. It was a shit day, man. Other than Mexico coming to our fucking aid by supplying a taco truck, a fucking El Camino, and a goddamn mariachi band. It's awesome. Hey, do you see the Idaho murder suspect smile today in court?
I did see that.
That dude is a pimp daddy, man. If anybody is looking to get a PhD in criminal justice, I would definitely go to his school because they teach you to bring your cell phone and drive by the place a couple of fucking times. Let's do some geofencing. And you know what? Let's steal our daddy's fucking knife and leave some trace DNA evidence on it and fucking forget the sheath at the goddamn apartment where you butchered 4 fucking people. That is awesome.
How in the fuck? I saw that headline.
What the fuck? I mean, you can get that on Google. You can get a Google PhD better than this college's PhD in criminal justice.
And I start reading the article. And, yeah, he just sits there and just fucking smiles. And I'm like, holy shit! Like one of the biggest cases in the country, and you're just sitting there going, okay, yep, whatever. It's just so dumb.
Fuck. And you know he's not smart because of all the things I just stated. But
you as an attorney,
he gets pulled
kind
over.
of instruct your client on how you should act.
Yeah, like don't come to court high. That happened today. Fucking Christ.
Okay.
What?
No,
it fucking did.
I understand that, but we're talking about the Idaho one.
Oh yeah.
Would you want to talk about your clients? I mean, go ahead.
No, it's fictional, Dan. Go ahead. Yeah.
Fictional.
No, I would tell him, look, no facial reaction. Don't say anything.
You sit there, look stoic and remorseful until we get into trial, and then we'll plead our fucking case. But don't go out there and fucking be a douchebag and be like, okay.
Do you say, let me do the talking?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I tell him to shut up. Well, here's the deal, though. If you go in there talking as a client.
It's just like on TV.
If you go in there talking as a client, what you say, it can be used against you. It will be twisted. If I say it, they can't use it. It's hearsay. Plus, it's what's coming out of my mouth. And I can't impute whatever I say to you, and they can't either. I mean, it's just asinine. I cannot believe. First of all, I can't believe this idiot brought his cell phone places and shit like that. That's stupid. And secondly, he got pulled over twice. What was that, in Indiana? For following too close to vehicles? What the fuck? You just killed 4 co-eds. You got your dad in a goddamn car.
How old is he again?
27, 20. He's an older guy.
Well, what I read about that is that the police were already on to him before they had actually pulled him over.
Right. The reason I'm asking how old he is everybody that is younger than us knows that, like, you get pings. You get pings off cell towers. You know, as soon as you open your phone up, it's gonna grab onto a fucking network. I just don't understand, like, a lot of this case, and I can't wait to watch this unfold. But like this, like the arrogance, like the fucking arrogance of, okay, yeah, here I am. And then you wonder why you get picked up or whatever. And maybe he doesn't wonder why. He knows, and he's just fucking dealing with it. But
so obviously, Rob, the hearing today was of a preliminary nature. What were they discussing today?
They were discussing Crest toothpaste and how white his smile was. I have no fucking idea. I read the headline that he smiled in court. I was like, what an idiot. That's like smiling at his stepdaughter that is 12 years of age.
But I'm just saying we're still early on in the process here.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, this thing's not going to come to trial for what? Another 9 months or a year?
Oh, they linger on. They probably just come into court so the judge can keep her finger or his finger on the case. Where are we? How close are we to setting a trial date if we don't already have one? Do you have your discovery? Did they give you anything? That type of shit. I mean, it's prelim. This stuff could take on and on and on forever.
Well, and it's also it's a national fucking case, so they have to do something. You know, they can't just let it sit. So they're obviously going to, every step of the way, they're going to at least throw something out there.
Yeah. Nothing.
It's not like one of Rob's cases, that he had today. Like, that's not national headlines.
No. So
this is a big fucking deal. And, and I started reading that article though, and it was like, I was trying to figure out, even when it happened, when he was apprehended, when he used his phone, but you would think, like,
you would think,
and that's the problem.
Does this guy have representation?
I would imagine they appointed somebody or hired somebody, but
'Cause
nonetheless, he needed representation before he did this shit.
Well, yeah, but I'm reading this. According to reports, Koberger remained silent during his arraignment when the judge asked him to enter a plea to the charges.
That was today?
The judge ended up entering not guilty pleas on behalf of Koberger. So if a judge says, "How do you plead?" if he's got representation, the attorney's going to answer that question or respond to that question. Am I right?
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I normally. How do you plead not guilty? We waive reading.
But at the very least, you would have a public defender.
Yeah. Yeah. I am surprised that he doesn't,
unless he chose to represent himself.
But
that's the headline on CBS right now. Judge enters not guilty pleas.
But you also probably have some dumbass reporter, Carol Award winner, writing this fucking article, and you can't trust that shit. These people know nothing. So what probably happened is the PD was there, said not guilty, and the judge like, "Is that what you want to do? I'm gonna enter a not guilty plea," or he started talking. I don't know. Definitely wasn't a Carol Award winner.
And maybe the judge, and I don't know the legal jargon like Rob does, but the judge actually entered it, but it was done by an attorney. I don't know.
Most of the
put
time,
into the court record.
Yeah, most of the time I see where the judge says I'm going to enter not guilty is when some dumbass gets at the podium and starts saying, "Well, maybe I should do a no contest, but I got a bunch of reasons why I'm not guilty." It's like, wait a minute. You know what a no contest means? That you agree with the veracity of the statement in the ticket, complaint, whatever. You're going to be fucking found guilty. Why don't I just enter not guilty? You go see a public defender or an attorney, and let's move on from here.
Right.
So that's kind of odd. I don't know if they're just picking it up that the judge entered it. The judge is going to say, "I'm going to enter a not guilty for you," even after I say it.
That is weird for as big as this case is, though. Like, it's strange to me, but I don't understand it.
It may just be the way they're writing it,
right? And that's kind of what I'm thinking is the judge entered it, but he had an attorney, and that's what was entered into the court record, and boom, there it goes.
Well, I just saw a piece of video where he's at a table with a blonde-headed woman, so I guess that's his attorney, but I don't know why the judge...
I can't believe that guy would not have representation.
It's got to.
Unless he's completely crazy. And
he's pretty fucking astute, though.
How many times have you seen, like, on big cases where I'm representing myself?
Yeah, that's great. Those are the ones where it's like, all right,
it's the dumbest shit ever.
Is this shit starting right before my case is called? All right, I'm going to be out in my car making phone calls for the next hour and a half. Somebody shoot me a text when this dumbass quits talking.
When is it my turn?
God
When's it my turn to speak?
No, there was just a case recently that wrapped up where the guy represented himself, and then he insisted that his name, and everyone knew he was the defendant. But he kept insisting that was no longer his name.
Oh, shit.
What's that guy? You know what I'm talking about?
Is that the one up in
light-skinned black guy?
Yeah.
They had to put him in the other courtroom because he kept taking his shit off.
Right, wrong.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
And he started yelling at the fucking judge.
And the judge was hot. But he kept taking his shirt and shit off, and he's like, I'm not answering.
That trial was a total shit show.
Yeah.
I do remember.
Judge did a great job. We talked about it on one of the episodes.
Yeah. But whenever a witness would point at him and say, "Yeah, you're the one who shot those people. You're the one with the gun," and he would say something like, "Well, I don't know who you're talking about because that's not my name."
Yeah. I identify as Todd.
Counselor. I identify as counselor.
That guy's name.
I am Steven. Oh my God. And you know what also kills me is the shit, what are they called? I can't remember, constitutionalists, patriots, whatever. The fucking people that say, I don't recognize the United States of America. Your laws don't apply to me. It's like, oh, fuck me. Here we go. Get this son of a bitch off that podium ASAP so I can get up there and deal with something that is not stupid. Those people are idiots. You know, the laws don't apply to you. Get the fuck out of the United States, and then they won't. Just get the fuck out of that courtroom if I got a case coming up.
I love watching like just stupid videos of people representing themselves. They want to talk like an attorney and have all the jargon and this and that. And then when the judge is like, "That's not how that term's used. That's not how that term's used."
Yeah.
And I literally giggle just sitting, I'm at the firehouse, whatever, sitting there with my phone, and I giggle my ass off at these fucking idiots. How I'm going to represent myself. Okay, well, good luck. Good luck, and hopefully you make it.
Well, what's the saying on that, Rob? Any defendant who represents himself has an idiot for a client?
I think it's something like that. It's if you represent yourself, you've got to carol for an attorney, carol for a client. I can't remember. Something along those lines, Dan. I can't remember. But you get the gist of what I was saying there, Tiger. Yes, that is true. Fool for a client.
A fool for a client. That's
yes.
good.
They are, those are the ones, though, God bless them, that the judges are even like, all right, we'll get the private attorneys, put this guy back in lockup. We'll deal with him afterwards.
But the one thing I wanted to talk about today, and we were hoping to have our buddy Andrew Pappas on to kick this around, is the issue that's happening not too far away from where we're sitting right now. And that's the sheriff's department that patrols this part of Anderson Township had to put out a statement last week talking about how they're going to have zero tolerance for kids that are going in and just raising all kinds of hell in the local Kroger store. And apparently these parents are dropping the kids off at the town center over there. And apparently they're just allowing these businesses for these kids to be babysitters. And so they're going in making TikTok videos. That's awesome. And they take, you think that's awesome? They're taking lobsters out of the tank.
They're taking the rubber bands off their
benchers. Setting lobsters. There's a lobster loose.
Are you shocked that Rob would think that that's awesome?
That's fucking hilarious. I never heard this.
They're taking condiments off the wall. They're stealing alcohol. They're throwing stuff around. They're taking gallons of milk and tossing them up in the air and letting them explode on the floor.
And these are all big TikTok crazes.
Yeah,
that are happening.
And so this kind of crap's going on. And so,
how do you not beat the fuck out of those kids?
Yeah. No, I think it's entertaining about the lobsters with the rubber band shit, but
so the sheriff's office had to go on Facebook and says we're getting numerous reports of unruly behavior at the Anderson Town Center, specifically the Kroger store. Unsupervised juveniles seem to be the individuals mostly responsible. Most of these kids are being dropped off at the trampoline park or the theater, and our beat cars have stepped up patrols. We cannot be on site 24/7. So they say we're adopting a zero tolerance approach.
Uh-oh.
So what exactly does that mean when they say we're adopting a zero tolerance approach?
I think it's read further in there.
Because
I know what you're reading.
But does that mean that before they had a somewhat tolerant approach? Like, yeah, we're good with some of this stuff.
But for juveniles, it was, hey, we'll call your parents and we'll work it out. Hey, you scold them at home. Now they're saying you're going to fucking jail.
Well, here's the thing. That's the thing. Some of these parents couldn't be bothered that their kids are out there raising holy hell.
Right. I get it.
I'm enjoying my dinner here at the Mexican restaurant. Don't bother me. You take care of it. Wait, they're your punks, or your brats, or your kids.
They're treating the police like fucking police or fucking babysitters.
Yeah. And
it got to a point because 6 months ago it wasn't an issue. This TikTok craze came out, and I've seen it. I've seen it on TikTok. So now they all grab onto it. Now they start doing it here, where we live, where it's been everywhere. But versus when you would get in trouble, it's normally, all right, we're calling your parents and we're going to scold you and we're going to make you feel like you're going to jail, but you're really not. You're going to go home and then hopefully your parents fucking punish you.
Yeah, well,
kids, now they're going to go down to fucking 2020.
Well, the kids get onto that after a little while. Oh, they're just here to scare me and they're not really going to do anything.
Well, apparently they're changing their tune.
Hey, if you buy the lobster, can you take its fucking rubber bands off, put it on a leash or something, and walk through Kroger with it?
Yes, I think you can. That's legal. You're the attorney. You tell me.
I'm going to go fucking do that down
You're
there.
the fucking attorney. You tell me.
I'm going to call it Steven, and I'm going to go down there and walk Steven down the aisle.
I think is that going to be your therapy lobster?
If you purchase it, I think you can.
I'm going to eat Steven afterwards. But
as you should, because lobster is fantastic.
Steven, you were a good lobster, but it's in the boiling water.
Stay tuned for a short from us.
But apparently the responses to this from the various Anderson Township parents are pretty rich, although I can't read them right now because I have to log on to the Facebook, and I don't know what my log.
Why don't you just go to Facebook, not the Facebook, Dan?
Jesus Christ!
I don't know what I have to log on. I don't know what my log on is.
Oh, fucking Christ!
See, welcome to our world, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
just saying. I hardly ever
How
look
do you
at
not
it.
know your shit?
I don't know what my log on. I've tried it, and then it says I'm doing it wrong.
How the fuck are you doing two-factor authentication?
This is a link that I was reading. I was reading the Fox 19 story on this, and then it has a link to the post, and you go to the link, and then if you want to read more, you got to log on.
I figure it out, Dan. I know. Hey,
I'm just not good at that kind of stuff.
I'm not even that was your bailiwick. I'm not even digging in. That was your homework to do, apparently.
holy shit!
I'm not logging in.
Stay tuned tonight, guys.
Well, no, I thought Pappas was going to be here, and he knows how to do all this shit.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Do it for you?
What the hell is he?
No, he's got it all memorized.
I understand that.
He doesn't have shit memorized. He pulls it out of his ass.
That might be true also.
So stay tuned. We'll update you on some of the comments in regards to it because I will log into my Facebook and see if I can't follow the trail Dan's lost on, and watch for Steven tonight. We're going to take a walk.
Steven the therapy lobster.
Yes.
And I'm by no means throwing this in the same realm of like all the bullshit that goes on in Chicago and whatever, because we're, as I call it, the velvet ghetto of Anderson Township, and we've got kids fucking around in the store. Inappropriate, shouldn't happen. But it all stems together though, because you have parents that just don't fucking parent. They don't parent. They don't care. They drop their kids off at the fucking movie theater, and that's where this is stemming from. Yeah. We got a movie theater right by this grocery store, a fucking game store, a video game store. They drop their fucking kids off to run rampant, and then they go in the fucking grocery store, see these TikTok videos of throwing a fucking gallon of milk up in there. I've seen it. I've watched it way before this even came out. It's already been out there. It just so happened to hit us now. And these fucking little assholes, you fucking asshole parents, need to fucking parent your fucking kids. That's what happens.
Is it 2% skim or 1%?
Doesn't matter.
Is it vitamin D? Is it white or chocolate? Could it be a hate crime?
Milk's expensive.
Could it be a hate crime?
But if someone would haul off and smack one of these kids upside the head, try and get their attention, then their parents will be lawyering up, calling someone like you.
Oh, they'll lose.
Nice. Nice. I'm going to go down there and hand out cards. I love it. I love it. Hey, if anybody out there
they
listening,
want to blame anyone else beside their little snowflake.
I love this. Falcon Rider's parental illness, as Tansy says. And I agree.
Yeah.
Nobody is parenting their fucking kids anymore. They drop them off. They go do what they want to do. It's when I saw it hit, though, I was like, I'm surprised it took so long for that to happen, because I'd seen these videos.
Oh shit! I got
happen like months ago, but it's just like music. Music hits the West Coast for the most part first, and then slowly makes it to us, in the Midwest, and then to the East Coast. That trend just slowly started rolling. It's fucking ignorant. It's stupid.
So Deputy Brian Hayes writes that what will be happening moving forward is that they will either be detained or criminally charged, both of which will require a parent/guardian to respond to pick them up. If they are charged, that youth, along with their parents, will be required to report to juvenile court in downtown Cincinnati.
Why do you got to say it ominous like that?
I'm just saying, it's pretty serious stuff.
Okay. So, I'm just...
Go ahead, I'm listening.
No, I'm not going to say anything.
Well, I thought you were going to say something, maybe add a little something to the program.
No, I mean, yeah, they could get charged. They're not going to DYS. They're not going to 2020 for this shit show. Can you imagine what would happen if somebody threw a thing of milk in a Kroger, and they're down there with some dude that fucking killed somebody, some high school kid that killed somebody, because that's what DYS, that's what 2020 is down there.
Well, that's what could very well happen.
It ain't going to happen. They're going to get cited. They're going to go to juvenile court. Their parents will have to go down with them.
That's all I said was juvenile court.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to do a diversion.
And you get a life lesson, though.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well,
hopefully.
You know who should get the life lesson is the parent that's not ripping the ass on this person that's throwing shit. If my kids
the moment some little punk from Anderson Township has to go spend the night in the lockup with some hardcore dude from Upper Price Hill or Lower Price Hill or God knows what shitty part of town, a real hardcore criminal, that parent's going to have an absolute fit. They're going to be on 5, 9, and 12 and 19, complaining about the system.
Nobody's
wanting to sue someone.
Nobody's going down there.
That's a bunch of crap. And we were talking about this in context with the guy that killed Sonny Kim, because that guy had a string of offenses as a juvenile, and he got a slap on the wrist. Then he had a couple of offenses when he was an adult, and again, the system never came down hard on him. And what did he wind up doing? Wound up killing a cop. And I'm not saying that that's what these kids are going to turn into, but when you let that kind of crap slide, that's the kind of thing that can happen. You got to crack down on them early.
And granted, the parents can, and Rob's got, a 16-year-old as the oldest, and then younger. You can't watch them all the time, like when you drop them off somewhere with a group of friends or whatever. I understand. Like, you can't watch them all the time. But there does need to be some type of accountability, and I would expect I did a lot of dumb shit growing up. I never got caught.
Yes.
Knock on wood.
That's the fucking key, kids.
So be fucking smart enough not to get caught. 2, there's cameras fucking everywhere.
Yep.
Now, it was different when we were growing up. You could get away with some shit like this. There's cameras fucking everywhere, and these kids know it because they're social media fucking experts, way better than us 3 are, and a bunch of other people. You have to be fucking smart and think about it. You're being watched all the fucking time. So now you want to go out and do some dumb shit because there was a comment, did you never do any dumb shit? No, I did a ton of dumb shit. But there were cameras. It's a different time. And the kids are smarter now as far as technology-wise than we had, the shit that we had. But the parents also have to educate themselves, just like any other line of work. When you get new technology coming into your line of work, you have to adapt and learn it. The parents have to fucking do that too.
I hear what you're saying. The technology's there. We didn't have to deal with that shit show. I never got caught. Be the guy that's filming this shit and slightly out of frame of the security camera when dumbasses are doing it. Don't be the idiot throwing the milk. If you're going to take the rubber bands off the lobster claws, buy the fucking lobster first, and that'd be cool. I'm buying one tonight.
That's a sage wisdom offered by Robert Herking, Esquire.
Third,
buy the lobster first, and then you can do whatever you want.
Oh, hell yeah. I might actually get one. I was talking about it the other night, too. Get a lobster tail. Don't be that moron. And it does suck. But you got to also think about this.
Well, I would suggest
don't worry about my comment.
If you want to buy the lobster, then take it out of the store and then take it, onto private property.
Well, if you buy a fucking puppy at Petland, you can't walk the fucker out of the store. You buy a lobster that's alive, you can walk it out of Kroger. It's like a pet store, Dan. It's code. I think it's in the ORC somewhere. Nonetheless, think about the shit, the way the world has changed compared to these kids that are growing up hearing stories from grandpa or grandma or whomever, or dad or mom. You're driving by the Frisch's and you're mooning your buddies. Well, you know what that was? That was an unruly kid that was having fucking fun out joyriding. Nowadays, you do it. You're registering as a sex offender and you're charged with some fucking sex crime. Nobody has and I'm not saying it's fucking... it's right. I'm just saying, get a fucking sense of humor, America. The property destruction and shit, I'm not saying what they're doing is right either. Get a sense of fucking humor, though. If one of those kids walked in there, took the rubber bands off the lobster, and walked out with it on a yarn leash, that'd be fucking hilarious. Mooning, now you get sex, you got to register 15 fucking years or something stupid. You take a piss outside. Half these cops nowadays don't exercise discretion, and they're going to write you up, and they can get you with public indecency. Next thing you know, you got a sex fucking crime in court. Give me a goddamn break, America. Fucking chill the fuck out. You woke sons of bitches. Get off the goddamn kitty litter box. Have a sense of humor. Go with it. Shit is funny. Your life is miserable because you don't find shit funny. And I think that is probably one of the bigger problems.
I agree, and it goes back to what we talked about before when I was talking about the Johnny Carson show, and the shows like that were on TV. That there was a lot of sexual innuendo in those jokes and those skits and all those things that they did. But that's what adults found funny. They found it funny because there was a nugget of truth, a nugget of real life in there, a nugget of what adult interaction used to be like.
But no,
it's not all this politically correct and ultra woke crap anymore.
And people would grab it and be like, "Oh, I don't like it." Okay, and then they just move on instead of making a big fucking to do about it.
Yeah.
Or it was legitimate and people laughed. And we have to change. Obviously, we have had to adapt. Just even in our lifetimes.
Like right now, I'm sexually harassing Dan in 2023, but back in the day, it was a joke.
Is there a lawyer in the house?
It was a fucking joke back in the day.
Right. And that's the sad part. That's a sad part of it. But it has become, it wasn't like back then, it was just kind of waning a little bit, but now it has literally almost spiked.
Yeah.
You didn't have, some people may find it offensive and then some people wouldn't. It would just waver like this. The needle would be like this. Well, now the needle is completely spiked over this way, whether it's left or right, whatever you want to fucking call it. It is spiked. So now you have to literally be super careful on what you do, what you say, who you're around. Are there cameras? Which they're everywhere.
Yep.
So
they're on us right now. Dan, do you moisturize the back of your hand? I mean, that was fucking very small, very soft.
He does have soft hands.
You know, when it comes to real estate across Cincinnati or really anywhere around the world,
God, the whole arm is moist.
There are two names to trust. One is Comey and Shepherd Realtors. The other is our friend Carrie Wolfangle. Everyone wants a realtor who knows the market, but for Carrie, it is a lot more than that. She builds her business on a relationship of honesty and trust. Carrie's been recognized with many of the highest awards in the business, and she is the only real estate agent that we recommend. If you or maybe someone you know is interested in buying, selling, moving in, or moving out, you want to contact our friend Carrie Wolfangle. The number is on your screen, 513-265-3125, or email kwolfangle@comey.com. Your road home starts at Wolfangle.
Good job, Dan. God damn.
That's our sponsor.
Such an improvement from last year when we started him at Sylvan. I'm very impressed.
I mean, that joke's not even funny anymore. I don't know why you keep saying that.
I don't know. I just wanted you to look at me so I could touch your forearm again. Right? That's so
soft.
Stop
touching me. do you, all right, so we don't have an HR department. We figured that out. So
we fired him. It's racist.
Do you feel accosted?
I don't know. He costs us a lot because he never picks up the fucking tab when we go places.
Is this? Are we talking about a permanent record here? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be on the record. It's going to be on the online record.
Yeah.
Do you feel accosted?
Anybody that gives
I have
shit,
to do
raise their hand.
my due diligence.
I feel violated. I feel violated.
Feel comfortable.
I feel violated.
Are you comfortable or are you not?
My space was invaded. My
personal
space.
All right. Well, you can call an attorney.
Yep. Comment box is over there. Nobody gives a shit, Dan. Your hands are fucking soft. I mean, I'm still reeling from how soft the back of your hands are. Do you sleep with oven mitts and lotion? You got like a Dr. Pole cow birthing glove with lotion in it.
A what?
None.
Dr. Pole. I know exactly where you're at.
Yeah, the fucking shoulder deep ones where he gets in there. You know, you got to put the chain instead of around the calf's leg, around Dr. Pole's leg because he's so far in that damn thing. All right, we've been inundated with requests from an individual that actually does a great fucking job. Can I do this, Keith? You know where I'm going, right?
No, I don't. Go ahead.
So, Birdine Landscaping cuts my fucking grass because I got a 16-year-old kid that is too fucking lazy to do it. He does a great job. So there you go. Dustin Birdine. Great grass cutter. His hands are a working man's hands, unlike Dan and mine. Doesn't sleep with oven mitts on and lotion. But he does a great job. Give me a call, shoot me up with a text, 513-659-8892. I will throw his number to you. Does a great job. Edge is great. He is there every week. And I'll tell you, the shit we've been getting.
I cut my own grass.
Yeah, I know you're late for the podcast when that happens.
Well, I usually do it on days we don't have a podcast.
You were totally late.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I went home to cut my grass.
That was the greatest day.
Oh, that one day. Yeah, I remember that.
Was the greatest day ever.
So I saw Short. He's like,
all right,
you're supposed to be doing a podcast.
Yeah. He realized it after he was done.
Like, wait,
you're supposed to be here, sir.
Today, Wednesday?
You're supposed to be here, sir.
He shows up on Saturday for Sunday's podcast and hours later for Wednesday.
Hey, I'm here now, and that's the only thing that matters.
That's right. You made it.
And his hands are soft.
So
So we'll let you know how the inside of his hands are later after Kiefer and I get done with him in the bathroom. And you can take that to HR, Dan. Kiss my ass. HR is a racist organization. Been on that for a while.
Stanford said so.
I think everybody said so. HR, human resource. I mean, fucking unbelievable.
Got to have it.
So Kiefer and I met with our guests for next week. And I am just going to tell you this. I am so excited about this fucking episode coming up next Wednesday, May 31st at the Anderson Township Pub on Clough Pike. George Vogel is going to be in the house. There's going to be a shit show of celebrities that are going to be there. Correct, Keith?
I'm hoping so. I think so.
I think we are. I mean, based on early things.
This conversation today was awesome.
Oh, it was great. He is
literally could be the fourth co-host
the
on this
fourth horseman.
He's retired now. He might be looking for something to do.
Dude, he was so much fun. So much fun to sit and just bullshit with and hang out.
Oh yeah. I mean, he is like us. So Kiefer and I met with him without Carol because we were looking for a replacement for Dan.
I was working.
Shit, did I say that out loud? My bad.
That's all right. Say whatever you want. I was working.
It's funny. We're always working on a replacement for Hurricane too.
We're looking for replacements for everybody.
Job openings. Text me.
Everyone's replaceable.
If you listen, you have my text number. So just go ahead and fucking text me. We'll replace Rob.
Sounds great.
He'll have more time to focus on his clients.
Then we'll need new artwork.
Next Wednesday is going to be awesome.
No, it is going to be the shit.
George is going to be great. We had a lot of great stories, a lot of commonalities, and he is one of us. And looking forward to it. We'll have a good time.
And once again, for those of you who may not know, George Vogel, sportscaster, sports anchor in this town on WLWT Channel 5 for 40 years.
41, Dan.
41.
40 plus
41,
years.
almost 42.
But spent a lot of time there and just has some of the funniest stories you've ever heard about, not just about sports people, but like inside the business kind of stuff. And just a great guy, hilarious, and well worth the effort to come down to ATP. And definitely you want to be, that's going to be appointment viewing on the YouTube channel the day that we have George Vogel.
For those of you not in the Cincinnati area, George started in the 80s. And if you played high school sports in Cincinnati, in this area, the greater Cincinnati area, every night you would watch the news with George, just hoping that you would be a clip, a highlight reel.
A highlight, yeah.
It was before ESPN was the shit. You know, you didn't have the top 10. You had George Vogel Sports. Like, fucking let my team be on there. Let my team be on there. Let me be on there. Fuck my team. It was awesome. And we're going to do a lot of Q&A next week. We're going to have a great time. We're going to try to get some others down there. I want to say also, yesterday I went to the lounge. They had Marty Brenneman and Amanda in there for guest bartending. And they were raising money for the Dragonfly Foundation, which, as you remember, if you listened to our podcast with Marty on it, which was a great episode, one of the first stories he told us was in regards to him shaving his head for the Dragonfly Foundation. And Marty put him on the map. And it's great to see him continuing to give money and give his time, effort, and energy to that great organization. But for Marty, I don't think it would have been as prolifically known as it is now. So he was still doing it, and his hair is still short. I'm thinking I volunteered Dan, so we haven't told him yet, but in July he's going to shave his head, well, all two hair, for the Dragonfly Foundation on Great American Ballpark.
I'm glad you secured that. That's perfect.
Yeah, no, we're going to do it outside the parking lot, and I got my brawn razor. You know, the one I manscape with, Dan. Shave that.
I'm glad you secured that.
So be careful.
Thank you.
Be looking for the opportunities to get
I'm not
money.
letting you anywhere near my head with a power tool.
He doesn't know how to work it.
Obviously.
He doesn't know how to work it.
Another thing, though,
That's why he has people.
We got a new one coming though from Ohio Valley Productions OVP. Got a party going on. We will with Dan outside of GABP. Then you need to check out Ohio Valley Productions. OVP is your one-stop shop for corporate functions, fundraisers, festivals, even a backyard barbecue. We're talking about top talent, live acts, DJs, karaoke, trivia, and more that'll have your party rocking. Speaking of trivia, OVP's doing it tonight at the Varsity, 6:30 start time, 8112 Beachmont Avenue. I was sitting with Dano last night, Varner, and I'm looking forward to it tonight. Quality entertainment and a team with the most experience in the business combined to make your event the one to remember. Got a vision for a great time? Make it happen with Ohio Valley Productions. Just drop an email to dan@ohiovalleyproductions.com. That's dan@ohiovalleyproductions.com, and rock on.
Rock on, baby.
Rock on.
We got to get Dan down there again early. Dan is probably one of the greatest people. He's helped us tremendously, and he continues to help us, and he's a giver. Beyond giving, although I gave him money last night, we were getting our asses kicked in Keno. It was $20 a person.
I was going to say, why were you giving like a betting
him and
endeavor?
Him, Rick, and Sweeney, me, and Todd were sitting up here, and it's $20, and we're picking two numbers. We didn't hit shit. I was like, "What fucking number are these?" It goes what 1 to 80.
How much can you win if you only pick two numbers?
I have no idea. I just gave him $20 when they asked for it. But I swear to God,
just let me know if I do the same shit.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well,
It's
like a work lottery party. You know, you're the asshole that doesn't give the $20, and everybody else is in your department is fucking gone in Florida, and you're the dickhead sitting there filling out TPX reports.
It's not bad. It's not a bad assumption.
I swear to God, they were all picking like 81, 82 as numbers. I was like, that doesn't even go up to 81, 82. That's why we kept losing. But nonetheless, I kept giving Dan money. So we're doing another ad read. We're talking extensively about him so he can give me back my $20 that he took from me yesterday. Little bonus ad read there, Dano.
I do want to throw one thing in. I read an article today, and this is National EMS Week. And I know Rob doesn't give a shit about first responders at all because he fucks with me all the time.
I like cops.
Yeah, you like cops. Okay, cool. Neat. But I read this article, and I say this poor family, they did everything that they could. They had a pool in their backyard, and I've got a video that I'm going to play. But, you know, this poor little fella fucking jumps into the pool, and the guy's was it Hemet County or Hemet City fireman. Luckily had wherewithal to like grab his kid. But I want to play this video just to push the fact that this kid didn't need CPR, but if you don't know CPR, like you need to learn it. And you have a fire department around you, wherever you're at, learn CPR because it will save lives. This little guy luckily did not need it, but we see this now that it's turning summertime, how big a deal this could be. So I just wanted to fucking play this, and once I hit the right button.
All right, describe the action here.
All right, so you got a couple kids in the pool.
I assume it's going to be on the screen, right?
Yes.
All right.
It should be, hopefully.
Couple kids.
But
little kid.
One little guy had like the whole like diaper swimmies on, and all of a sudden decided to take it off, and then sits by his side of the pool and just plops in. Well, then Dad literally he was right there. Now, luckily, CPR wasn't needed.
Oh, God, it looks like a delivery doctor.
But it was, I mean, that shit, that's scary as shit.
Well, it illustrates how fast it happens, and you hear the stories
And right now.
You hear the stories every year. There was a party going on. The toddler was there at the party, and then all of a sudden, someone said, "Hey, where's little Jimmy?" And little Jimmy's at the bottom of the pool, and God knows how long he's been down there. And it just happens, in the flash of an eye, like that.
So reading the article, like I said, Dad's a fireman, paramedic. They had gates and whatever, and the kid was in like swimmies, and I don't know if you could see it by the time I unfucked the video, but like he had the arm inflatables and the waist inflatable. He took it off. Dad was off doing whatever, but decided to slip in. Luckily, he turned around and looked at the right time. He didn't need to do CPR on this kid, but we're now getting into the weather changing here now.
Yep.
Here in Cincinnati, if you don't know CPR, call your fire department. That's the first place to call. American Heart, learn it because it's going to help. It is going to. That is so huge, and I cannot say it enough.
There's all kinds of organizations that teach CPR, though, isn't there?
Absolutely. You don't have to
Red
go
Cross, YMCA, stuff like that. Yeah,
but learn it. People are like, oh, I don't need to learn. We are seeing so many more, so much more benefit out of people that know it and get it going, sooner, where people would just stand around and look, oh shit, he's sick. Oh, he's unconscious. You start CPR. It's huge. I just saw that, and it tugged on a heartstring because our pool is getting ready to open up, and I see that, and I'm like, shit. I mean, that little 1.5 or 2 year old boy, had potential. If dad wasn't there right then, and there, it's not. They literally showed their house because they knew that there was going to be pushback of, well, why was the kid by the pool? That. Well, the dad was right there, but it only takes 2 seconds for a kid to go into a pool.
It's great too.
If you don't know CPR, learn it, please.
Also learn the Heimlich. I mean, that is
that too.
Universal. I've seen the Heimlich done on 70-year-old people. I have helped perform it on a 60-year-old individual. Baby Heimlich. Shit, Griffin. I'm not going to say who kept giving him Tostito chips when he was a baby, and he kept fucking choking on them. I swear to God, if CPS was as prolific as they are with the 23-year-olds that learn how to raise kids out of books, I would have been dealing with CPS and a safety plan. I was hitting that little shithead's back all the time. I'm like, would you quit giving him Tostito chips? Learn it. It's different for kids based on age, based on size. Adults as well, depending upon what you can do. And also, they're going to teach you how to do it on your own. Like if you're sitting at home and, maybe you had a long day and you're hungry and you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to chew this burrito. I'm just going to put it all in there. And it'll teach you how to do it on your own on certain apparatuses like chairs, backup chairs, etc. But the Heimlich is important. CPR is important. They keep changing it. So even if you've been certified, get updated on the new protocol for CPR as well.
Yeah,
there you go. Good public service announcement.
That just hit me because I've had a baby in a pool before and had to do CPR in it. I saw that, and the fact that it happened to a fireman at his own home, like
David J.
It just hit me. So
David J.
Learn CPR if you don't know it.
David J. asks, "What's the universal sign of choking, Rob?" Normally, when you see blonde hair or brunette hair in your lap, that is a universal sign for me, buddy. So you guys rock on, and we're going to get something together for you, Jim Duff, and we'll host a class. Both of them we'll piggyback them together, Keith. Is that okay?
Yeah. We'll do a public service announcement.
Dan will be our dummy, and
do what I can.
I will tell you this with Dan, he doesn't like the Heimlich. He likes you to push it down his throat further. So we'll give you guys the tools and implementations to do that.
Coming through.
Hey, Dan, why you're peeing? Disrupting. Fucking Christ. Disrupting everybody. Look at your little wiener there. And let me know if you manscape, Tiger.